and welcome to Ms. Lavasser's screencast to show you how to access your Google Drive and how to share and receive invitations to share documents so that you can work collaboratively on group projects. So the first thing we need to do is to get into our Drive, and there are two ways to do this. I think the easiest way is to simply go to Drive at drive.google.com, and it will prompt you to log in. This looks very similar to the way you log into your Gmail accounts, and it's exactly the same steps. You just enter in your email and your password. Now, if you're a student using a student Google account, you will have to use your student name at, and in your case, albany.k12.ny.us. You have to include the at albany.k12.ny.us in your login, or you won't be allowed access, and then your student password also. So it's a little bit different than just logging into Gmail accounts if you've used them independently from the school before, where you don't need to have the at Gmail following your username. You do in this case, or it won't work. So I'm not using a student account, I'm using my own personal account. So I'm just going to enter in my username. So this brings you into your Drive, your Google Drive. This is saved out in the cloud somewhere for you to access from any computer at any time using this login. So it makes it a great tool for using on school projects. Everything will be saved here. It automatically saves. You don't have to push a save button. It saves in real time. So when I come to my Google Drive page, I just opened this account, so I don't have a lot of documents, but this, where it says My Drive, this is where all my documents are saved. I just have one document right now, and this is the one that I have saved with all of you, and I will show you how to get to that in just a minute. If you want to find documents that other students who you're partnering up with have shared with you, maybe they've told you they've shared something with you, but you come here and you don't see it, it simply is under its own little button. Do you see how right here it's red and it says My Drive? That is the default. That is where you are. This is your Drive. These are documents you've created. If you want to access something someone else created and shared with you, you simply click on this Shared With Me button, and now it becomes the default. It turns red. And these are documents that other people have shared with me. It happens to be that I shared them with myself from another Gmail account, but you will see the name of the person who actually shared it with you here and when they shared it. So to access it, you just click on it, and now you're in. If you wanted to share it with another person, you simply come up here to Share, and this allows you to invite other people into your document. You do this by entering their entire email address. So this is where you would put other students' names, and this button, this drop down, allows them to do different things. If you want them to be able to make changes and add new things, you leave it at Can Edit. If you want them to just be able to make comments but not change any of the work, you can change it to Can Comment. If you don't want them to make any comments or changes, you can change it to Can View. If you have this box selected, they will get an email invitation into their student Gmail account telling them that they've been invited into this document with a direct link. You can add a message, maybe you have some directions or a little note welcoming them into the document. So then you just click Share and Save, or you can cancel out. Up here we have the Who Has Access. You can see the names and emails of people who have already been invited into this document. You're going to want to invite your teachers into these documents, so you'll have to learn their email addresses. Once you enter in an email address under Invite People, Google has a built-in Smart feature, and the next time you invite them into another document, as you start typing their email address, the Smart text will populate and their name will pop right up again. So You won't have to enter it in from memory. Google will remember it for you, which is kind of a nice feature. So I'm going to cancel out of here. So this is the document that was shared with me. If I want to go back to my Google Drive, I go back up here to the Google Drive tab. This is the little icon that represents Google Drive. And now I'm back in the shared with me list. I want to go back to Drive, and this is my list. If I want to create a document to share with someone else, it's pretty intuitive. It's just this create button. Here's the drop down of different Google things or Google documents that I can create. The folder is where I keep them. The document is much like a Microsoft Word doc. A presentation is much like a PowerPoint presentation, and spreadsheets are like Excel. And then you can create questionnaires, create forms, and you can even do little drawings that can be inserted into your documents. So you have a really nice selection of presentation tools and tools to help you collaborate on group projects. So that's a pretty much quick and simple way to get into Google Drive and access shared accounts. Like I said, the other way is to go in through your Gmail. Now Google has a really slick built-in feature that allows you to toggle or go back and forth between Drive, Gmail, and other Google accounts. And it's simply this icon right here. This is your app icon. You click on it and it will let you go to all of these other Google Apps features. If you wanted to go into your Gmail to check your email quickly, you just click here and it brings you right into your Gmail. So you don't actually have to log out of Drive and go back into Gmail. You can do it right through your apps. It works the same in reverse from Gmail. Let's say you're in your Gmail checking your mail and you decide, oh, I want to go into my Google Drive. You can just come right up here, click on Apps, and go right to Drive, and it will take you back. So I said earlier that you can send invitations to invite people into your Google Docs. We just looked at that from Google Drive. Let's pretend that we just sent that document to me, and now here it is in my Gmail. This is what it would look like. This is the invitation to that document, and I can get to it simply by opening the email. I get this little note that someone has shared an item with me, and I just click on it, and it brings me right in to the document that was shared with me. So the two ways to get to your Google Drive to a shared document is to go directly to Google Drive through your URL, log in there and access your account, or to, if you know you've been invited to something, go right into your Gmail and accept the invitation and get in. And that's about it. That wraps it up.